You don't fail overnight, and you don't succeed overnight either. What really changes your life are the small things you do when nobody is watching. The quiet habits, the boring decisions, the moments that don't feel important at the time, but slowly shape who you become. If you've ever felt like you're working hard but not moving forward, this message is for you. Because success is not missing from your life, it's being built silently, one habit at a time. Right now, you might feel stuck. You might feel behind. You might look at other people and wonder how they seem to move ahead while you're still trying to figure things out. But here's the truth. Most people never tell you. The people who look successful didn't wake up one day with confidence, discipline, or clarity. They built it quietly, through small habits repeated when motivation was low and results were invisible. Massive success doesn't come from dramatic changes. It comes from subtle shifts, from choosing to do the right small thing even when it doesn't feel exciting. Psychology tells us something powerful about human behavior. Our brains resist big changes, but they adapt easily to small ones. That's why small habits work. They don't scare your mind. They don't overwhelm you. They slip into your life quietly and start changing you from the inside out. One of the most powerful small habits is how you start your day mentally. Not what time you wake up, but what you tell yourself when you wake up. Most people start their day with pressure, fear, or comparison. They grab their phone and instantly feel behind. But successful people do something different. They take a moment to ground themselves. They remind themselves of who they are becoming, not what they are lacking. That simple mental reset changes how they show up all day. Another quiet habit that creates massive success is finishing small tasks. Not the big goals, the small, boring ones. When you finish what you start, even something simple, your brain releases confidence chemicals. You begin to trust yourself. And self-trust is the foundation of success. People who struggle often don't lack ability. They lack trust in their own follow-through. Finishing small tasks daily rebuilds that trust without you even noticing it happening. There's also the habit of protecting your energy. Successful people are very careful about what they allow into their minds. They don't consume negativity all day and then wonder why they feel drained. They limit exposure to things that make them anxious, angry, or hopeless. This isn't weakness, it's emotional intelligence. When you guard your energy, you show up stronger for the things that actually matter. Small habits also show up in how you talk to yourself. The words you repeat in your head every day quietly shape your identity. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, not smart enough, or too late, your brain accepts that as truth. But when you shift that inner dialogue, even slightly, everything changes. Saying "I'm learning" instead of "I'm failing" rewires your response to challenges. That small change builds resilience over time. Consistency is another habit people misunderstand. They think it means doing everything perfectly. It doesn't. Consistency means showing up even when you're tired, even when you're imperfect, even when progress feels slow. It's the habit of not disappearing on yourself. Most people quit not because they can't do it, but because they disappear the moment it gets uncomfortable. Staying present through discomfort quietly separates winners from quitters. There's also power in the habit of reflection. Taking a few minutes to think about what worked today and what didn't. Not to judge yourself, but to understand yourself. Reflection turns experience into wisdom. Without it, you repeat the same mistakes. With it, you grow faster than people who never stop to think. This habit doesn't look impressive, but it builds clarity, and clarity leads to better decisions. Another small habit that creates massive success is learning a little every day. Not cramming information, not overwhelming yourself, just small, consistent learning. Reading a few pages, listening to something educational, asking better questions. Over time, this compounds into deep knowledge, and knowledge builds confidence that can't be taken away from you. Let's talk about discipline. Discipline isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about keeping promises to yourself. When you say you'll do something and you actually do it, even something small, your self-respect grows. And when self-respect grows, your standards rise. You stop accepting less from yourself and from life. That shift doesn't happen loudly. It happens quietly, through daily integrity. Small habits also shape how you handle failure. Successful people don't avoid failure. They normalize it. They don't attach their identity to one bad day or one mistake. They see setbacks as data, not as proof that they're incapable. That mindset comes from repeatedly choosing growth over self-pity. Each time you respond to failure with curiosity instead of shame, you become mentally stronger. Another quiet habit is patience. In a world obsessed with instant results, patience feels outdated. But patience is what keeps you going when results are slow. It's the habit of trusting the process without needing constant validation. People who succeed long-term understand that progress is often invisible before it becomes obvious. They don't panic when things take time. They stay steady. Your environment also plays a role. Successful people create environments that support their habits. They remove unnecessary distractions. They organize their space. They make it easier to do the right thing and harder to do the wrong thing. This isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. Your environment should work for you, not against you. One of the most underrated habits is rest. Real rest. Not scrolling endlessly, but intentional recovery. Your brain needs recovery to perform at its best. Burnout doesn't come from working hard. It comes from working without balance. People who succeed sustainably respect their limits. They know when to push and when to pause. That awareness keeps them in the game longer. Gratitude is another habit that quietly rewires your brain. Not forced positivity, but genuine appreciation for progress, even small progress. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's growing. And what you focus on expands. People who practice gratitude regularly are more resilient, more motivated, and more emotionally stable. That's not motivation talk. That's psychology. Small habits also shape how you respond to other people. Successful people don't waste energy trying to impress everyone. They focus on respect, not approval. They listen more than they speak. They learn from feedback without letting it define them. These social habits quietly build strong relationships, and relationships open doors that talent alone cannot. Over time, these small habits begin to stack. You become more confident without realizing why. You make better decisions without forcing it. You feel more in control of your life. That's the compound effect. What feels small today becomes powerful tomorrow. If you're waiting for a big breakthrough, you might be waiting forever. But if you commit to small habits, breakthroughs become inevitable. Success stops feeling like luck and starts feeling like a natural result of how you live. You don't need to change your whole life today. You just need to change one small habit and repeat it. That's how massive success is built, quietly, consistently, over time. And if this message resonated with you, remember this: you're not behind, you're building, even on days when it doesn't feel like it. This is Motivational Mentor, reminding you that the smallest habits often create the biggest transformations. If this video helped you, like it, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe for more motivation that helps you grow one step at a time.